everybody, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, whichever one suits. So today I want to continue this new, I guess we'll call it trend I'm going to start doing of putting in for crypto what I think the price prediction is going to be. And I'll give that pretty early on, like maybe halfway through the video, and tell you where I would enter in on these crypto if I was going to, or if I already own the crypto, which many of these I'll talk about over time I do own, where I would DCA into it. And as the months go on during the bull run, I might add sell limits in there. We'll kind of see how this goes. But today I want to talk about ADA, Cardano. So this is one I do not own. This was the one that I learned the most from last cycle, we'll say. I'll get to that story in a moment. But first, I want to get down a couple of ground rules for if you haven't seen me do these videos yet, just so you see where I'm coming from. All right, so what I'm going to do is when I pull up the charts and let you guys know where I would enter based off of things I think, know, and believe. I'm not using like super detailed technical analysis on these. I save that for if I was doing by the hourly or the 4 hours or the day, something short. But this is just looking for entry points. I'm not looking to see exactly how far it's going to go, what's going to happen. Just, is there a good chance that's going to go down a little lower? Do I want to wait? Am I willing to give a little bit more risk and wait longer? So I'll have a couple different measures every time I do one of these based off of the approximate current price. And I'm always a big fan of, if you really want a crypto, you think it's good, and you have a price prediction that's 10x plus from now, and you're looking for a 5 to 8, it never hurts just to hop in. But if you're like me and Cardano, where I might get into a play, I'm willing to wait. And maybe you're willing to wait a little longer for a risk tolerance. And if you miss it, oh well. And I want to hit those kind of things. And the reason why I want to give the price prediction before I get into all the charts is to let you guys know why I'm thinking of coming into certain prices. So full transparency, I'm probably not going to just hop into Cardano anytime soon, but it is a strong candidate of one that when I start taking profits, I'll move some profits into to compound my gains. That is incredibly likely, depending on where the market is at the time and all of that. So I might do these videos for different crypto a couple of times. Like maybe I'll do another one for Cardano in 2 months. But so real quick, before I get into the charts, Cardano, this one it's an emotional Lex Luthor, so to speak. All right. I mean, a lot of people have told their stories of what they learned, should have done, did do, were thankful from last bull run. And the short version of Cardano was one that I learned from. All right. I got into it. I thought it was going to be great. I got into it around $2 and everyone was saying $5. I'm like, perfect. I'll be the brilliant guy here and outsmart everyone. And I'll buy in about, I think it was like $2.20, give or take. I'm like, you know what? I'll get a real quick sell out at $4, get almost a 2x, make a small amount of money. I mean, double your money in a couple of weeks isn't bad by any means, right? And I can get out before everyone sells because everyone was saying $5. Be wary of price predictions, guys, because if you're in Cardano or were, you know it didn't get anywhere close to $5. I got burnt and I round tripped that one. And in hindsight, since I did sell Cardano for a large loss, if something like that would happen to me again, right, I would have just held on to it. Just let it go, because had I bought it then at $2.20 and then during the bear market, bought the exact same amount, my average would have been down. I'd be in profits now. So things for me that I learned, hopefully you guys learn secondhand, not firsthand. But let's get and look at Cardano. I'll give a brief explanation as to what it is. So if you're looking at this chart, you probably have a basic understanding. So I'm not going to go into too much details, list a couple positive things about it, and then move forward. So Cardano is a big blockchain. It's been almost underperforming, but it's talked about a lot. And that's a big deal, right? Crypto is a popularity contest. The more that people talk about it, the more likely it's going to do well, right? And it's making money. They've got all new smart contracts. They're able to do a lot at one time. They've been talked about as part of the U.S. crypto reserve, which of all things that I feel has been bullish for Cardano, that's probably the biggest one, because that kind of pulls in a whole new narrative of American crypto, because we're presuming, not presuming, we know that Trump is trying to push out for low or no taxes for long-term capital gains on Americanized crypto. And do not be surprised if that narrative comes back in the near future. And Cardano's right on the top of that. It's in the RWA sector. It's talked about a lot for helping out with anything from CBDCs, stable coins, doing a lot with that, help make the DJED. It's in cahoots with a lot of other crypto. Cody, for example, is one that I own that they've kind of been working with. And it's used a lot, and a lot of people know about it, and it's easy to get to. All great stuff, right? So if you're looking to diversify, you're looking at opening a position, it's a great large cap. It's got a lot of room to go. It still has roughly, we'll pull the charts, but I think like a 4x-ish just to get back to its all-time highs, 3.5, I think, or so. So not saying it has to get back to its all-time high. That's a misnomer and a fallacy. A lot of people assume, oh, last cycle it got this high, so it's going to go a little further. Not necessarily true. I think it will be with Cardano, but I'm not going to say it's a generalized statement. So obviously do your own research. If you want a more detailed version, because I pretty much just told you the narrative of Cardano, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do a much fuller video about it in the near future. But let's spend a couple minutes, look at charts, let you know where, if I was going to hop into Cardano now, what price would I be looking at, and briefly why? Okay, everybody, so here I'm looking at the 3-month chart. I think this is long enough to look at for the purposes we have today. And again, you're going to see generalized lines here. I'm just looking for trends of where I see a bunch of resistance and or support lines. And if you have more information, like you've studied the crypto and you know some things that might be happening in the near future, you can always put that in a little bit of speculation to know, hey, is it likely to go up or go down? A lot of times there's buy the rumor, sell the news events where a lot of people think it's going to go up. And that's usually a great time to either set a short or hop into it slightly afterwards. I'm not going to go over that with Cardano today, but when I look in right now, this is important. Right now it's at 88 cents. The reason why I say this is important is I have no idea what price it's going to be when you watch this video. Even if it's in 1 hour to 72 hours from now, we do not know. So I just want to make that broad statement. So right now being 88 cents, again, I would not want to jump in personally right now. If you think Cardano is going to fly through the roof, hop into it, right? Obviously not financial advice. Great time for me, guys. I'll throw out the price prediction before I get into any more here. Is everyone's calling I hear a lot of $5 to $8 and $8 to $10. The more often you hear things, the less likely it is going to happen, specifically if you hear it from, but a lot of large influencers or owners or people who have a large stake into it. They need exit liquidity. Even those then who are more genuine, which plenty are, realize that price predictions are educated guesses at best. And we're usually talking about a little candle wick. Like how high does it tippy tap? You might not even be able to sell at that point. So keep that in mind. There might not be liquidity to sell for the top 5 to 10% of a price prediction, depending on how quickly it goes up and down. I put mine, I think it's going to be just below $5. I don't think it's going to hit it. Call like $4.60, $4.75, because $5 is a mental block. There's going to be a lot of people who've owned this coin for long periods of time. They're going to get out. If it does go over $5, I think it's going to go way over $5, right? Like, I don't think it's going to be like a $5.05 or even a $6. I think it's more likely to hit $9 than $5.50 as an all-time high. Not sure if that makes sense to you guys, but just the way of pushing through certain emotional blockages like the $1, the $5, $10 marks, because everyone's looking to sell around then. So that being said, if you agree and you believe that's going to be there, and actually, whether you agree or don't, let me know what your price predictions are below, please. I'm curious what the community is really thinking. So if you think it's going to hit $4.50, then right now that's roughly what, a 5.5x from now. If you're happy with that being the top, you can always hop right in. I would never recommend to my mother or friends or family to sell everything at the price prediction you think it's going to get to. It's a great way of getting wrecked. Because if you're wrong, you kind of lost everything. So if I was looking to get a Cardano, a more realistic price, I'm big fans of buy limits, putting them in on an exchange, is I put around 82 cents. Again, realize 82 could be 84, could be 81, 80.5, but we have a lot of resistance and support lines. There's about 7 of them right here. We've had it throughout the last couple of months. We see it again even recently. So there's a good chance that if it's going to go down, we're going to get right around that marker. I'd say there's a good chance we're going to hit there because we had a large tick up. In the last couple of days, we've had a huge bounce. This has been about roughly the last 2 weeks, and it's skyrocketed. Cardano hasn't had a major correction yet. This could be, that's a small correction, but that could be the top. There's a good chance, in my opinion, we're going to have another drop down to about 81 cents. Okay? If you think that there's going to be a larger correction, or you're not worried, you think that summer's going to be red for crypto because it typically is, 73 cents, give or take, appears to be another good line of resistance. Maybe go closer to 74 and a half if you want to make sure you get in. That was another line I almost put in, but they were kind of too close for me to justify both. So I went the slightly lower one, in my opinion, of closer to 73. As if I wanted to put in 81 cents, me with what I'm looking for, if I took profits in the next 2 weeks and I wanted to put a limit in thinking maybe Cardano is going to go up because it's an ISO coin, banker coin, regulations are coming soonish, there's a decent chance I'll have a limit here too. There you guys go. I'm trying to keep these a little short. This one looks like it went a little longer than my other ones. Half apologize. But let me know what you guys think about videos like this. Again, I'm not going too technical. In the bear market or more bear market, and when the bull market is fully, we'll call it coming to what I think is an end, or at least when I'm almost out of it, because who knows, maybe I'll get out and it'll go on for another 3 or 4 months. We never know. But when I'm almost fully out, I'm going to start doing a lot more leverage trading and almost day trading style. So even when I'm out of the market, I'm still going to kind of be in this with you guys, and expect a lot more videos like that when I announce that I'm pulling out, because I want to make money when things are going up. I want to make money when things are going down and play with the in-between. So if you like videos like this, let me know down in the comments below. What do you think about the price prediction? What is your average on Cardano? Where are you looking to get more in, or is your bags packed and you're ready just to make a shit ton of money? Let me know down in the comments below. If this helped you guys out, please do like and or subscribe. It does help me out, and I very much appreciate every one of you that does. And I appreciate all of you who don't. Just thank you for being here. All right, I'll see you guys all again soon. Peace.